When Taylor Swift sent Travis Kelce a message after the Kansas City Chiefs' gritty win over the New York Giants, her words echoed with the kind of understanding that only comes from living under the brightest spotlights. Travis, you played your heart out, and that's what truly matters. Every champion faces tough moments, and those emotions mean you care deeply. Keep trusting yourself. And remember, pressure is just proof that you're in the spotlight for a reason. Those words rang in Travis Kelce's mind as he walked off the field that night, adrenaline still coursing through his veins, the stadium's electric energy clinging to him like a second skin. The sideline confrontation between Kelce and Andy Reid, the veteran coach with legendary calm, had already become the stuff of instant legend. Cameras caught everything. The flash of frustration, the chest-to-chest fire, the rolling boil of a team on the edge. But to understand why that moment mattered, and why it resonated well beyond the gridiron, you have to step into the world of the Kansas City Chiefs, a world where every play is a battle, every down a test, and every leader carries the weight of the city's hopes on his shoulders. Arrowhead Stadium was buzzing under the bright lights. The Giants, winless and desperate, came swinging. The Chiefs, heavy favorites, found themselves staggering, their offense sputtering, the crowd's nervous energy hanging thick in the night air. Travis Kelce's face told the story. Jaw clenched, eyes burning, frustration pouring off him as he returned to the bench. Andy Reid, never one to back down, met him with equal intensity. Voices rose, hands moved. The sideline cleared space as these two titans clashed, not in anger, but in the raw, unfiltered passion that comes from caring deeply about the result. It wasn't a new scene. Chiefs fans had seen it before. Kelce and Reid, fire and ice, pushing each other, challenging each other, both unwilling to let up. This wasn't about disrespect or discord. This was about demanding the best from themselves, from each other, from the team. Halftime arrived with Kansas City clinging to a slim 3-point lead. Every error felt magnified. Every glance between coach and player was loaded with meaning. The second half would require something more, a new spark, a new burst of energy. And Kelce, even with a modest stat line for catches, 26 yards, was determined to be the match that lit the fire. After the clock struck zero on a hard-fought 22-9 win, Kelce didn't stick around for interviews. He slipped away quietly, offering only a brief, regretful word to a staffer. His voice was still tight with emotion. "Sorry, boss." It was a moment of humility that spoke louder than any touchdown spike. Even the most passionate leaders know when they've crossed a line. Even the fiercest competitors understand the power of an apology. The next day, Andy Reid stood before the microphones and did what only the best coaches can do. He turned the narrative from controversy to camaraderie. Kelce, he explained, was a heartbeat of the team, a passionate guy you want on your side, someone who leaves everything on the field and then some. Reid didn't shy away from the fire. He embraced it, even joked about it. "Sometimes," he said with a twinkle in his eye, "you play both coach and policeman." But always, he circled back to the same truth. Kelce's passion makes the team stronger. For outsiders, sideline dust-ups might seem like cracks in the foundation. For those inside the football world, they're evidence of something deeper, caring investment and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Reid and Kelce have shared these moments before. In the Super Bowl against the 49ers, the world watched another sideline flare-up. Tension boiling over in the biggest game of their lives. Reid shrugged it off, understanding that Kelce's fire wasn't a problem. It was a fuel. Behind closed doors, that mutual respect is what keeps the engine running. Countless practices, endless meetings, and the shared scars of victory and defeat have forged a bond between player and coach that's unbreakable. They challenge each other, yes, but they also lift each other higher. That night against the Giants, the Chiefs needed a jolt. Kelce, with every ounce of energy he had, tried to provide it. It might not have looked pretty, but it worked. The Chiefs found enough rhythm to escape with a win, ugly as it was. Football is an emotional battlefield. Every play is a war, every down a test of will. Tempers flare, words fly. But at the end of the day, it's about the team, about finding a way, anyway, to win. Kelce's willingness to own up after the game, to say sorry even in victory, is a mark of true leadership. It's easy to celebrate when things go right. It takes guts to admit when your fire got the best of you, to recognize the line and step back from it. Reid's openness is equally rare. He allows his players to be themselves, to channel their intensity rather than snuff it out. That's the secret sauce, the magic formula that keeps Kansas City in contention year after year. The Chiefs' locker room is a cauldron of personalities, dreams, and ambition. For every playmaker, there are a dozen grinders. For every superstar, a cast of unsung heroes. In that crucible, players like Kelce set the tone. His drive, his unwillingness to settle, his readiness to fight for every inch. These are qualities that transform a team from good to great. Reid, the steady hand, has been through it all. He's seen 1,000 personalities, navigated just as many moments of conflict. He knows how to turn friction into fuel, how to channel emotion into execution. The win over the Giants wasn't pretty, but it was real. It counted. And sometimes, that's all that matters. The sideline flare-up, the heated exchange, the quiet apology. These are the threads that weave a championship culture. The foundation in Kansas City is built on trust, accountability, and respect. It isn't always smooth sailing, but it's always authentic. That authenticity is what draws players to the team, what keeps veterans like Kelce fighting for more, what makes Reid one of the most beloved coaches in the league. Every season has its flashpoints. Every team has moments when the pressure threatens to crack the surface. What matters isn't the conflict, it's the response. For the Chiefs, the answer is always the same. Come together, learn, and grow. Use the fire. Don't fear it. Turn conflict into fuel for the journey ahead. As the lights faded and the stadium emptied, Kelce's apology lingered, a quiet testament to humility that walks hand in hand with greatness. The Chiefs, with their roster full of talent and expectation, will need every ounce of that passion as the season grinds on. The sideline is a crucible, a place where character is tested and bonds are forged. Kelce's leadership, his fire, his willingness to put everything on the line. These are the forces that drive the Chiefs forward. The rest of the roster feeds off that energy. Reid and Kelce will face more challenges, more moment of friction, more spotlight. The cameras will roll, the world will watch, and through it all, they'll keep pushing, keep fighting, keep believing. This single night, a sideline spark, a hard-fought win, a few words from a pop superstar, might seem like just another chapter in the NFL's endless, churning drama. But for those who live it, it's so much more. It's a reminder of what's required to chase greatness. It's not about perfection. It's about resilience, about coming back together, time and again, stronger than before. So as Kansas City turns to the next challenge, as Kelce and Reid prepare for whatever comes, one thing is certain. They'll face it together with all the fire and heart that makes football the game fans love. And somewhere, maybe in the quiet of a post-game phone call, Taylor Swift's words will echo once more. A reminder that pressure is proof you belong in the spotlight, and that caring too much is always better than not caring at all.